back in March of 2014, I made a journey, a personal one if you will, into a Let's Play that I never thought I would actually do. But something inspired me to take on this game as a Let's Play. And as I went across a journey that started in March and ended in July, it became something that I truly made into my own, and that is truly one of the best Let's Plays that I can say that I am proud of. And now, it's time to start that journey again. And things have changed a lot since July, including the look of our very own Lancer. Yeah, he may be in a little different attire than he was wearing back in July when he defeated the Guardian Empire, but he is still our hero, our warrior of light. So with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here at Novara Autism for the start of Year 2 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. With the Guardian Empire defeated, it is now time to begin on a new adventure, and in this case, a lot of them. Since the victory that I claimed in July over the Guardian Empire with our Warrior of Light, Edi Essesse, we have had lots of new additions into Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, including access to the attire that you see Edi wearing now. It's nearly double the strength of the Azure Dragoon armor that he was wearing when he defeated the Guardian Empire back in July. And now he has everything he needs to move on, except for one thing. You may have noticed, this is the same trident that Edi used to claim the title of Warrior of Light when defeating the Guardian Empire. But as good as it is, it's not quite good enough for what we're going to be doing next. And as much as I would like to help out Lady Minfilia of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn with the start of her new responsibilities, we're not ready to help her out. Not yet. Instead, we're going to take some time to go take on some new challenges. So we're going to leave the Waking Sands here at Western Thanlin, and we're going to take care of the necessary responsibilities and tasks needed to get myself an enhanced weapon. So, leaving the Waking Sands here in Thanlin, we will make our way outside. Hey there, Tasaru, it's been a while. Good to see you again. Yeah, you might remember old Nedrick Ironheart, who we had give us a few side dungeons that were a requisite for clearing various parts of my Grand Company hunting log. Well, today he's going to help me get started on the path to obtaining a new weapon for Edi. So, yeah, he has a few options available, including a second opportunity to attempt Aurum Vale, which we did in the main story last time. He also has a new side dungeon available, but this is what we want to see him about. We want to take on his challenge entitled The Weaponsmith of Legend. Nedrick appears concerned about your equipment. How fares the adventuring of late? Your gear holding up against the rigors of the trade? Make no mistake, my friend, the quality of your weapon may well prove the difference between life and death. If you're serious about such things, there's someone I can introduce you to. Her name is Rowena, and she is a collector of all manner of rare artifacts. She just might have something in her stock to suit your martial prowess. Rowena used to do business in Ordar, but has since relocated to Revenant's Toll, so as to be nearer to the ancient ruins from which she derives her livelihood. Should you ever have reason to go there, you'd do well to pay her a call. And so, that is exactly what we will do. Revenant's Toll, for those of you who do not remember, is back in Mordona. And so, we're going to take the return and go directly to there right now. So yeah, Mordona takes as long to load as it used to, but you may have noticed that the graphics may look a little different, and that's because I am now recording this on a PS4 as opposed to a PS3, which I used for my 2014 playthrough of this game. Yeah, I felt the need to take a step up and get the upgrade to this version of the game, and so that is exactly what we were doing. And hey, we even found another Dragoon here. I do believe she's wearing the... Yeah, she's wearing the Asia Dragoon armor that Edi wore when he completed the game. But you may have noticed, on a female Dragoon, the belly's exposed. So, it kind of allows you to differentiate between a male Asia Dragoon and a female Asia Dragoon. But yeah, I thought I'd just point that out there. Oh, more Dragoons. Yeah, I was checking the Eorzean census that Square Enix put out in October, and it turns out that Dragoon is actually one of the most popular warrior classes there is. So, yeah, what does that tell you? So yes, this is Rowena, and this is who we want to speak with. A friend in Nidrix, are you? Then you must be a venturer of some skill. My business relies on capable people such as you. As a gesture of goodwill, I'm going to share with you a morsel of information. There's this bloke named Geralt, making his living in weapons and armor and whatnot. They say his skill is the finest in all the realm. Might be as it's gone to his head, though. Folks don't take to the man, if you get my meaning. Oh, and he likes to drink and all. Bloody Barrago himself in the forge, though. As a young lad, he was cast out on his ear by his master for the crime of crafting finer wares, and that while pissed drunk. Ever since he's roamed here and there, earning his keep day to day. I've known Geralt ever since I landed in this business. Ain't seen him for a while, though, and the last time I did, the old fool had tears in his eyes and snot dripping from his nose. Fallen on hard times, he said. Asked for a bit of coin to tide him over. Never paid me back neither. Couldn't say for sure where he is now. Seemed to remember he was in the Black Shroud, putting up at Wristmill or some such place. He might do well to commission his work, and even reforge the relics of old if you make it worth his while, and there ain't no other Eorzeas can do that. If it's relics you care to know about, I have a promise of payment what might catch your fancy. It don't look like much, but it'll get old Geralt to fire up his forge, that much I promise. So yeah, we want to go meet with this Geralt, and as mentioned, he's in the Black Shroud, specifically the North Shroud. And those of you who are wondering, I got some tokens to use as a reward for having owned this game for more than 9 months now. And one of those was to travel anywhere in Eorzea to use the teleport ability 50 times free of charge. So yeah, that was a pretty sweet deal. That was a pretty sweet deal indeed. So, the way we want to... Okay, what was that all about? My stupid Lanza bucked me. What was that all about? Oh, Lanza, I know it's been since July since we've last used you on camera, but still, I need you to work with me here. Yeah, ultimately, we want to make our way to what's known as Wristmill, which is going to be... After we cross this bridge, we're going to want to go to the north. We're going to go past this fate since we don't really need to use it. I mean, Edi's level 50. I mean, what does he need this fate for? I mean, there is an option to do this a specific way, but as for right now, I'll choose not to. Because the weapon we're getting will be sufficient for the time being. So this is Wristmill. Just a basic little peasant village in the northeast corner of the North Shroud of the Black Shroud. Yes, and the guy we want to speak to is right up here. So let's give this gentleman a talking to as he pounds away on his anvil. Got business with me every adventure. Then there better be corn or drink in it. Elsewise, bugging off back to wherever it is you came from. Restoration work on an old weapon, you say? Ha! What makes you think I'd fire up for the forge for a grimy old... Well, how about this? Hey, gods! Where the sun else did you get that promise of payment? I ain't got no coin, I tell you. Nay, not a single bloody gill. Gods, just look at me, how far I've fallen. Me, the greatest weaponsmith of all age, having out dints and kettles to pay for tavern debt. Can you even begin to grasp me humiliation? Can you? Bah, of course you can't. Why did I even bother asking? Alright, I'll restore your bloody weapon. Just get that goddamn slip of paper out of my sight. And so with that, we can complete the challenge. And we now receive the quest of Relic Reborn. In order to accept a Relic Reborn, you must first complete the level 50 quest for a certain job. Each job has its own A Relic Reborn quest, the completion of which you will earn the Relic weapon for that job. Please note that you can only undertake one Relic Reborn quest at any given time. If you wish to acquire a different Relic weapon, you must either complete or abandon the current quest. Well, from what I can tell you, it will take a while to do this, but we're in it for the long haul, so let's go ahead and speak with Geralt again, to start the level 50 Relic Reborn challenge for the Dragoon. Geralt has the air of a man defeated. Just let me make one thing clear. It might be as I'm repairing kettles to pay for yesterday's mead, but I still got me pride as the master weaponsmith. You'll get no less than the finest out of my forge. And it might be as you've got that goddamn slip of paper, but it'll only get you so much. Restoring relics like these cost from some rare old materials, and I ain't got none. So if you want the job done, you have to run along and fetch them for me. So what is it you want restored? Well, specifically, my lance. Fancy yourself a dragon slayer, eh? Well, I happen to know just the weapon for you. But wouldn't it be quicker if you had one of them Holy Seas blacksmiths handle them out? Your expression tells me there's a reason why you came to me instead. Well, I ain't one to pry into the affairs of Ishgard. Don't fancy being branded a heretic, see. Also, I don't reckon I'd enjoy the view of the gates of judgment half so much if it was me head on a pike. Any road, it's a spear named Guy Bolg that you'll be wanting. I've heard tell it's made of dragon bone, but how it's forged is a jealously guarded secret. Being the genius that I am, though, I reckon I can unravel the mystery if I could just me hands on a sample. Now then, did you ever hear of Saint Renette, the legendary Dragoon? I only ask because she's supposed to have wielded the very same weapon, see. Story goes that the dragon slew her sweetheart, prompting the old girl to seek out the beast and put it down. Having exacted her revenge, they say she thrust the spear into the ground where the battle was waged, giving up the life of the Dragoon to become a woman of a cloth. Unlucky for you, the valley where the spear sleeps is Ixali territory, a stronghold called Natalin to be precise. But also if your desire is strong, I trust you already know what must be done. And that we do. So, we must make our way back to Kerthus, because that's where Natalin is. This is where we have to go to obtain the time-worn Gaybolg that once belonged to Lady Saint Renette. And so we return to the snowy wilderness that is Kerthus, and the Kingdom of Ishgard therein, or in this case the Holy See of Ishgard. So, where we want to go is going to be out the North Gate, and we want to head east. And there's a lot of action going on. A lot of people riding their mounts, whatever they may be, and just enjoying the Kerthan winter. But then again, it's always winter here in Kerthus, so what am I saying? And even then, it's not snowing. It's a nice breather every once in a while. Not so much here, though, in Canada. Surprisingly, we've had very little snow this winter up to this point. In fact, we had a green Christmas, and unfortunately, we're going to get a green New Year, too. And that makes me sad, because I like my white Christmases. Last year was really great, but after the highest of highs from that one, I guess it shouldn't have been much of a surprise that we have a lowest of lows this year. Boy, there's a lot of action going on around here. See if I can thread the needle somewhat. I have not yet threaded the needle. I have to go over this way in order to find what I'm seeking. Right, closing in on the desired target. Now, where exactly to find it? Oh, we're gonna have to disembark, I do believe, and start picking fights. Because I do believe that we've got to deal with everything here. We have to, at the very least, get ourselves some open space to do what needs to be done. As you can tell, we almost have like pirate music for our battle theme going on here in Natalin. Alright, dealt with the Ixal. Alright, there's the target. There's what I require. But getting to it, that's always a bit of a challenge because you gotta fight for it. But you want to be fighting as few opponents as possible in order to get it. But here we go. I want you to know I do believe we're fighting against two. Well, one of them is a Lancer, the other is a Marauder. That's one down. Ugh. Look out. Yeah, I'm not taking damage off of you, and we're slowing you down in the meantime, because, yeah, you speeding yourself up, unacceptable. And you're down. So, open the treasure chest here, or in this case, this giant vase. And it is here where we will find the Gay Bolg. Alright, so with that taken care of, back to the North Shroud. And I'll be back with you in a moment when we get there. Okay, back here in the North Shroud to speak with Geralt, having gotten the time-worn Gay Bolg. It's a spear named Gay Bolg that you'll be wanting. I've heard tell it's made of Dragonborn, but how its forges are jealously guarded secret. Oh, okay, yeah, we've already gotten that stuff down. But yeah, we want to give this to you. Well, bugger me. Never in my wildest drunkenest dreams did I imagine you'd actually find the bloody thing. So I'll have to fire up the forge after all. Having said that, the relic's in far worse shape than I thought. It ain't like to survive much pounding in this state. Truth be told, I'd be worried about near sneezing it. We're gonna need a new host, what will give itself for the restoration. Bring me a champion's lance, one with 2 grade 3 savage aim materia melded to it. This will serve as a vessel for the restored relic. Remember, that's 2 grade 3 savage aim materia. Alt less, and you'll get naught from me, no matter how many slips of paper you wave in my face. So yeah, we got to deliver a materia-enhanced champion's lance to Geralt. Now, the way to do this, well, of course I can go to any of the 3 cities in order to accomplish this. But where I'll need to go, because a champion's lance has to be forged by a carpenter, and unfortunately I'm not, my carpenter is actually not changed from where it was when I completed the Let's Play back in July of last year, which is to say that I hadn't used it at all. So, it'll have to be purchased. And I will be able to do this, if I can remember which way to go, by going over to a market board. And I'll want to type in that I am looking for a champion's lance. Champion will be good enough to get what I'm looking for. Alright. Now here's the thing. Here's what I was looking for. Yeah, it's not cheap to buy these things. Nearly 100,000 gil to give one to him. But to be honest, I don't know if this is actually the one I'm supposed to be able to give to Geralt. Because yeah, it does have the 2 grade savage aim materia, but I don't know if it'll necessarily accept high quality. We'll find out soon enough. Well, okay, they'll accept it, I guess. Well then, back to North Shroud. Yeah, we weren't gonna stay long in Limsa or Gridania, or Ul'dah for that matter, no matter where we went. So they say that, yeah, it can be, I guess it can be high quality or normal quality, it doesn't matter. So, we know where to go. And that is back to the Wristmill. And another fate went up. But it looks like this one was started automatically, and whoever was attempting it may very well lose. Because, yeah, it said 2 of 3 supplies remaining, which means that one was probably started automatically. And whoever started it likely will not pull it off. Yeah, because you don't get much support in the North Shroud unless you're doing something very specific. The only reason you really come to the North Shroud is for this, and of course to do the main storyline that allows you to get access to Kerthus. But that's pretty much it. And so, once we get over the bridge and return to Wristmill, we can deliver our Champion's Lance costing 100,000 gil, to the man who acquires it. And it's a good thing I built up some money over the time I've been gone, or else, yeah, this might have been a bit of a hassle. Nonetheless, we'll be able to give the man what he wants. Because, yeah, his icon's not red, which means we can give this Champion's Lance to him. So, let's turn it over. Yes, I do. Because I don't have a choice. That wasn't a normal quality one. Ah, 'tis a fine base you brought me. Ain't just a thing to host your relic. Well, that's good. I can't see you pounding on the lance, however. I imagine what was left with the relic with the host weapon, so the groundwork's done, but don't go jumping for joy just yet. There's still more to do. I need to work on the finishing touches, but due to the reinforcement work I've had to do, the weapon's proven rather stubborn to shape. To get around this, we'll need some alumina salts, a substance made by grinding a raw coat alumina into fine grains. Unlucky for you though, it ain't easy to get hold of. Mayhap you already know this, but there are beasties out there what devour their prey whole, and some of them swallow rocks so as to aid with digestion. The Dorm Chimera, what terrorizes the central highlands of Carthus, happens to swallow alumina salts for this purpose. Slay the bugger and bring me the alumina salts, and I'll see to the finishing touches on your weapon. Very well. So, this particular enemy can be confronted by the Duty Finder upon examining the quest destination situated at the Weeping Saint in the Carthus Central Highlands. Please note that the trial of Relic Reborn the Chimera must be completed as a Dragoon, or whatever warrior class you're choosing to use for the specific relic weapon that you're planning to obtain for yourself. So, with that in mind, let's make our way back to Carthus. And travel free of charge, and I have to say, with all these free teleports, it makes life a little bit easier. So, the place where you're going to want to go to, I believe, is tucked in, I think somewhere in the northeast corner of Carthus. Somewhere around there. Oh, yeah, there's Weeping Saint. Okay, so let's make our way north. Basically taking the same path to get to Natalin, but we're not quite going to the east. We're going more northeast, as it were. So we want to go around the crevasse and then start heading northeast. So, making our way to the intended destination. Yeah, it's been a while since we made the path along for this journey because, of course, we needed to take this path to complete my Dragoon training for Edi here. So, we're gonna go to the northeast then. Avoid the ugly red horn ogres because we don't need to bother with him. And try and find the Weeping Saint location, the specific spot that we need to examine, and then once we've done that, then we can officially enter the battle against the Dorm Chimera. And there it is, right there. I have an interview right now. Perfect. So, dismount and investigate the destination. And we can now access the Chimera challenge. So, going to get off of that, and we're going to scroll down to the trials and begin our new trial, Relic Reborn, the Chimera. So, yeah, it said 14 minutes. We'll see how long it takes, but once we get started, I'll be back and we'll get to it. So, be back in a moment. Okay, we are in. And so now it's time for us to take on the Realm Reborn, or in this case, the Relic Reborn Chimera Challenge. And there's the target. Now, we fought a Chimera before back in Curve's Cry. Now, we gotta fight a new one. All for the purpose of trying to claim victory and get one step further to getting the gate hold in hand so that we can use it. So the strategy here used as this place against the Dwarven Chimera is actually a bit unorthodox. What the tanks are going to do is that they're going to take it from one side of the battlefield, and they are going to move it all the way to the other side. Now, don't ask me why they do it this way, but they do. So basically, all we're going to do is just follow the tanks along to get to where we want to go. That's the usual strategy implemented here against the Dwarven Chimera. Is that we just follow everyone along, and once we get it to the corner, then everyone can get their hands on it. Of course, if we can also get help here as well, that might not necessarily help. But ultimately, that is what is going to have to be the objective here, is to get it down the length of the battlefield and get them into the corner. I didn't necessarily need to use that move, but we're weakening the Chimera, and that's what matters. Nice. There and ram it. Ram it with my jump move. Okay, I'm actually surprised, because every time I come here, the tanks will pull the Chimera all the way to the far corner. This time, however, they don't seem all that willing to do so. Now, when you get so used to seeing a set of enemies do things one way, oh, yeah, this is what we were expecting, because now what's happened is that they've cast Frostbite out onto the entire field, and that's also resulting in us getting heavy. See, what you want to do is to get the Chimera down to the far end of the battlefield so this effect is minimized. And that's why. Yeah, because now 2 of us are dead and we're on the far end of the field. That is not cool. In fact, it may not surprise me if I just get left behind here, to be honest. And that would suck if that indeed does happen, because, yeah, you can see where I am as opposed to everybody else. Like, I'm near the Chimera, but I'm in such a bad way that there's no way anyone's going to reach me. Oh, there actually is a hitter coming my way. Oh, but then this happens again. Yeah, I think it was a mistake for you to come in here as a healer. Because, yeah, even if you did raise me, there's no guarantee that you survive. Oh, and great, we had a tank DC. Oh, wow, this could not be going any worse. This could not be going any worse. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I don't like my chances for survival. Yeah, the tanks have completely done this fight wrong. Ugh, stay away from me. Do stay away from me, please. Because, yeah, look, now I can't even really make an effort to advance. Because, yeah, look at all the frostbite that's surrounding. The only way we can continue is if the tank, the one tank that hasn't DC'd, pulls the Chimera away. But then, yeah, this just is not going all that well. Oh, stay clear. Ah, never mind. Yeah, as I said, the tanks have completely done this wrong. Yeah, because the idea is supposed to be pin the Chimera in a corner where the frostbite is minimized. As you can see all the damage that he's currently wreaking. And with 3 people dead, I mean, it's not really gonna do us that much good to even bring him out. I mean, we would just be better off wiping, but the damage, I do have to say, has been consistently dealt so far, so I do have to credit them for that. But, yeah, it sucks when you're on the sidelines and you're just not in the right spots, and and you end up taking all that damage. Yeah, as you can see, we are really hurting, and you can see just how much the frostbite is scattered around the field. Guys, I'm gonna put it out there right now, because, yeah, having done this with my first avatar, I would actually have an idea of how this is supposed to work. Right now, yeah, half the party is dead. I couldn't make an approach if I was alive. And the healer's priorities are going to be to raise the tank. That's going to be their main responsibility. It sucks that this was not a good pair of tanks, that this was not a smart pair of tanks, that they didn't know how to properly do this fight. But they can get raised limit breaks. Like I think that's either what's happening right now or someone just wants to kill and they got it. Yes, a DPS used the full limit break to get us the win. So thanks to our pathetic tanks, we do win, but I end up missing most of the fight. No point, healer, it's too late. It is too late. And because of that, none of you tanks deserve the credit. It goes to the healer who actually tried to raise me. Yeah, that was crap, no kidding. Anyway, we're done here. Yeah, that was just a downright pathetic fight. The tanks completely botched that one. If I get an opportunity to go back there again, hopefully I'll get grouped up with a pair of tanks that actually knows what they're doing. Because that would be really nice. Because, yeah, you saw that fight done in the worst way possible. Yeah, not exactly the way I wanted to start the new year here in Final Fantasy XIV or Realm Reborn, is to show you how to not fight the Dragoon Chimera when you're attempting the Relic Reborn challenges. That was not how it was supposed to start. Not even remotely close. So, we now got to go all the way back across the bridge and back to Wristmill to give Geralt some Illumina salts that we can see that we earned, but given the circumstances thanks to the tanks, we didn't really deserve. Nonetheless, we got them anyway, and so we're gonna take them to the main that matters. And that will be Mr. Geralt. Well, if nothing else, we're getting greeted up to a very beautiful sunrise, so I guess that takes out some of the shame of what happened to us. Not much, but some. But yeah, the tanks, not knowing where to place the Chimera, one of the tanks DCing for a time. Definitely not the way that fight was supposed to be done. Alright, Geralt. Just a dozen more kills, then it's off to the top. You again! What in the seven hells do you want this time? Well, you said you needed Luminous Salt, so here they are. And of course, the adventurer comes back triumphant, albeit reluctant. Should have bloody known not even the Chimera would be able to put you out of my misery. You were actually expecting me to die? Well, that's actually what happened. But that's a story for another day. Hand over those Luminous Salts and I'll get right to work. And so away he goes, pounding some more. There, the deed's done. I've squeezed out every ounce of my skill to restore your weapon, and I think you'll agree it looks the part. Yet there's something missing somehow, though I'm buggered if I know what. The piece just lacks a certain glow as well. We need to learn more about the relic. Literature surrounding the hero associated with it would be a fine place to begin, but I ain't exactly a scholarly, and haven't the slightest inkling when to get my hands on such stuff. As much as I hate to say this, Rowena's probably the one to talk to. Thing is, I should sooner shove hot kettles up my arse sideways than owe that thrice-stamped Harridan another debt. You're like, huh? You're gonna have to make yourself useful once again. Take yourself to Rowena and ask for her help, and return here once you've learned some of what might be of use. I believe we can do that. So, back to Mordona. Yeah, get used to this if you're doing the any Relic Reborn challenge. You will get the runaround getting passed back and forth between Mordona and the North Shroud a lot. But if you're really determined and you really want it, you'll get it. And quite honestly, it's much easier, at least at this point, to get an enhanced weapon doing it this way than it would be to do some other things that would take a lot longer to do, quite honestly. Okay, so back to Mordona. Oh, it was sunset. It was not sunrise in the Black Shroud. Yeah, I can tell because this is the evening music for Mordona, not the daytime music. Alright, Rowena, I'm coming back to you, girl. Hello again in your leopard skin halter top. You're looking a bit more run down than before. Your dinner's with Geralt taking the toll? Actually, forget I even asked. My mouth tastes so vile, if so I so much as think out of that sorry specimen. So is there something you need? Well, after I explain myself... Literature on the hero of old who once wielded your weapon? I reckon I can find what you might need. Might take me a bit of time is all. Of course, this ain't a charity I'm running here. I can get what you want, but you'll have to do likewise for me. I'll track down literature on Saint Renette. For your part, you're to bring me an Amdapor glyph. You'll find this inside Amdapor Keep, a ruined castle situated in the South Shroud. Clear on the deal? Then run along and fulfill your part of it. So, in order to progress further in the quest, you must complete the objectives of Amdapor Keep. In order to gain access to Amdapor Keep, you must complete the quest Ghosts of Amdapor. And so, yeah, that we can do. In fact, if we go back to Horizon, I believe that is the very one of the very quests that Nedrick Ironheart had available for us. So, we're gonna go see if that was indeed the one. It should be, because the place that he makes available to you, I did recognize it, and it did look like Amdapor Keep. So hopefully that is the one. So, back along this path that we know all so well, the one that we have used many times before to get access to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And since they're all reunited and one big happy family once again, we can have as much fun as we did before, but that's after we get my new weapon. First things first, and then business first, then pleasure. Yeah, business first, both and then pleasure. Yes, indeed. So anyways, we make our way back to Vesper Bay here in western Natalin and find Mr. Nedrick Ironheart. I do believe he has the quest we were looking for. There it is, Ghost of Amdapor. So, this level 50 challenge. Nedrick Ironheart has information that is certain to set your heart racing. If you don't mind my saying, it seems to me you've been wanting for stimulation of late. Why, the air of torpor about you is quite palpable. Adventurers are as next of kin to explorers, my friend. Like us, you need regular doses of excitement, else you're like to shrivel up and die. I would hate to see that happen to you, so I will tell you of a place that will surely set your heart racing. Amdapor Keep. It is a ruined fortress situated in the South Shroud dating back to the 5th Astral Era. If the thought of delving into the past sets your loins afire, and I don't know why he said that, the keep will surely serve to quench it. The entrance is watched by a wood whaler named Maxine. Give her my name, and she will tell you all you need to know. So, to the South Shroud! Specifically, Quarry Mill. Because that is the closest place to where we need to be going to. That is where we will take care of the required business. Alright, arrived here in Amdapor Keep. Or, no, well, we're not at Amdapor Keep yet. We have to go south. We have to go south in order to access the place that we need to access. So we want to go through this archway, through a place called Snake Molt. We won't have to worry about the enemies. We're strong enough that they won't threaten us. So, the place we're going to look for, once we get to this fork in the road coming up, we're going to take a left. So, past the Deep Void Death Mouse, and then go up, and meet with the wood whaler known as Maxine. And it looks like we have an Elizin on our hands.
You're at Nedrick's recommendation? Then you must not be without skill. That said, it is my duty to warn you of the dangers that await. This fortress was built by the Amdapori, an ancient people who rose to power upon arcane knowledge. During the heyday of their civilization, they built magnificent structures such as this.
Are you sure about that? Doesn't look so impressive to me. Oh, but who am I to judge?
Alas, that splendor has long faded into memory, and the keep has become a lair for the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult. Some of the cultists have even succeeded in summoning Void Scent, and we wood whalers welcome capable adventurers who will be willing to keep their numbers in check.
And with that challenge is now completed, and we will now have Amdapor Keep available to us as a dungeon. So, thank you very much, Wood Whaler Maxine, for your support in allowing us access. Always nice to help out a fellow Lancer, as it were. So, there is the entrance to Amdapor Keep, but we're going to leave that for next time, because, yeah, of course, being a dungeon, it'll take a while to get through it, and since there are going to be many more steps in getting our fully powered up Gay Bolg, we're going to have to save this for next time, because I imagine it won't take longer than a week to get this thing, but hopefully we'll be able to get it as quickly as possible. So, with that in mind, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the start of Year 2 of Final Fantasy XIV, or Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will make our way inside Amdapor Keep to obtain the Amdapor Glyph that we need to get further enhancements on our Gay Bolg Lance. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.